What is up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be checking out the gameplay courtside report with Mike Wang, the gameplay director for NBA 2K25 and most every other 2K. So it's that time of the year. He comes out of the caves of the 2K caves, gets back on Twitter, actually talks with fans, talks about the gameplay, feedback, everything, and does a deep dive on the game in general and whatnot. So what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna watch this, we're gonna make our comments, opinions, whatever, and then afterwards, since Mike Wang has been on Twitter all day replying to people and everything like that, we're gonna go over there, check out some other details that maybe he has revealed over there, along with other possible footages or comparisons or whatever over on Twitter with previous 2Ks and everything like that. So without further ado, let's see what Mike Wang's got to talk about today.
Mike, what's going on?
Oh, it's great to be here, Alexis.
The gameplay looks real nice right there.
Exciting new technology that we introduced last year, and it allows us to take real NBA footage and translate that directly to the on-court gameplay. So it brings a whole new level of realism and authenticity to the gameplay experience.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know Pro Play, yeah.
So what can you tell us about the new dribble engine in NBA 2K25?
This is one of the most amazing upgrades that we've had to our engine probably in 15 years. So this is a new dribble engine built from the ground up that takes basically all of these Pro Play animations that we have, over 1,500 animations, and it dynamically creates all of the movement and all the transitions that you need to make the dribble move exactly the way you want it to move.
Okay, so just based off of that footage right there, I mean, the gameplay looks pretty fluent and smooth and everything. Everything kind of transitions very well. If you didn't catch it, they have a new little shot meter, whatever they want to call it now. Looks pretty good. The graphics look about the same as every 2K for the last how many years, 5 years, whatever. So, I mean, it looks good. Like, not gonna lie, but this new dribble system, like, the one thing I will give him props on is that they said they've rebuilt it from the ground up, which is huge, because before it was just the animations and they were just adding on to it. This one, since they have the Pro Play, I do believe that they just scrapped it and had the Pro Play as like their base layer, and then added onto that with like minor animations basically to make everything so fluent and connect to each other basically. That's what I get from it anyways, but everything looks pretty good. I believe him when he says it's a big old overhaul, but the thing is when you look at their history, every single year it's like, oh, new dribble system, oh, new dribble system, oh, guess what, new dribble system, it's crazy. New dribble system, yeah. So it's nothing new, honestly. It's one of those things you definitely have to play the game yourself to really feel and figure that out. We had to do that with, what was it? Was it 2K22, I think, or 21? It was one of those, and the gameplay just felt like completely different once you actually played. But those out there, you guys know what I'm talking about.
We've had 9,000 new Pro Play animations to the game this year. A lot of them are shots, signature shots. So nearly every player in the league now has a signature shot. One of the cool things that we added was this feature called signature go-to shots. So if you remember in 2K24, you could flick the right stick up and you could do a little size-up sequence to get open, right? In 2K25, if you hold the right stick up, you can do a size-up sequence that branches directly into your jump shot. So it's a nice way to get open and get some shots off.
Okay, so just based off that, they just have it more smooth to branch into the shot rather than doing the dribble move and then taking a shot. You can just do the move into the shot and just, yeah, which is nice. That'll be nice for those going to be playing. Let's check out this new rhythm shooting.
Let's say a player wants to recreate moves from their favorite NBA superstar. How does Pro Stick rhythm shooting do that?
Yeah, so Pro Stick Rhythm Shooting is probably one of my favorite features of the game because it's just a new way to play, a new way to shoot. So in the past, it's always been the same, right? You hold a button down, release it to get your shot off. With Pro Stick Rhythm Shooting, what you want to do is you want to try to match the rhythm of the player's shot. So you pull the right stick down, and when he gets to his set point, you push the right stick up in rhythm with how he shoots in real life. So if you master rhythm shooting, you can actually be much better than someone who's a traditional, regular button shooting.
See, now he kind of confuses me with that because he's like, oh, the traditional just button shooting. Like, for me, my traditional way has always just been the stick. Just pull the stick down and release. And what he's talking about right here is holding it down. The player goes up for the shot. You know, once he gets to the base of his shot about to release, basically your joystick is going to follow the flick of their wrist as they shoot. So once he gets to the height of it, then you push forward as his hand is flicking the ball. And I mean, it sounds cool, but the problem is I don't like when I shoot. Like I said, I pull down and release. I don't want to be doing this pull down, go forward, pull down, go forward. That just feels like a pain, and I'm not sure how like the response will be. Like, you know, if you kind of go over to the left or to the right, like you're not going to always be straightforward. Like those who game know it's not always just straightforward, you know what I mean? So, well, I don't know. I want to try to like ask him, and hopefully he'll respond to see if just holding the flick stick down and let go, if that will still kind of go with it, or what it is, you know. Because I'm not a button shooter. That's just not me. Along with no shot meter, essentially. So
if you're, just want to play casually, you're just picking up the game for the first time, put it on low, or put it on real player percentage, and just try to take good shots. And as you get better at the game and kind of master your timing, bump it up to high, and you're going to see that you're going to perform way better than you did with the other profiles. There's a new shot canceling feature. So what it allows you to do is to break out of any advanced shot. And just like the go-to shots we talked about, the signature go-to shots, you can break out at any time. So if you start one, you're holding the stick up, and then you see the defense collapse, or you see an opening, you can flick the right stick to do another move, to like chain out of it, or you can just throw the left stick and take a lay into the basket. It's like a way more robust hesitation feature.
now that's awesome. They used to have a cancel button. I remember that because I was like, oh, okay, you can just cancel your animation, go do this or whatever, if you catch them slacking or whatever. And so it's kind of not a new feature, but it is in a different way, I guess, with the whole pro play. But that's, like, if you can master that, that's going to be huge, especially online, because you can see which way someone's going and you won't get stuck in an animation and then, pick up your dribble and everything like that and you get stuck or whatever. You could just cancel the animation and then dribble and do what you need to do. So I'm like, if you can master that, man, that'll be one handy thing to do.
Mike, you know the saying, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. So what does this mean in NBA 2K25?
Well, yeah, defense is a huge part of the game. It's something that's, people don't always look at it as being the coolest part of the game, but it's the most important part, I think, to win games. So, there's a number of new defensive mechanics and upgrades to this year's system. One of my favorites is one we're calling the defensive movement system. And so if you're holding down the intense D trigger, you can slide left and right laterally or forward and back even, and you can cut off the ball handler. And if you can anticipate well and you do it at the right time, you can cause them to lose their dribble or pick up their dribble. If you're the on-ball, lockdown defender kind of guy, then that's the thing you want to master.
Now, for me, I am a defense guy. I'm massive on defense. I'm a two-way type of guy, And, oh, man, okay, so while you're holding the left trigger or whatever for intense D, you can actually, he said, move the stick left and right. to maneuver your player to go with your opponent and move with them and this stuff. And like we see in that Wemby shot where he can slap the ball out, I think that's when you have to actually move the joystick down or swipe or whatever to do one of those animations. We'll see how that works, because with 2K they always say, oh, we tuned up the defense, and then it's either just OP or not good enough, or it's always a foul or something. So yeah, we'll see how good it plays out and stuff when people get hands-on footage or whatever, but I mean, it's got high hopes. That's all I can have is hope, but like every year we have high hopes and then it gets crushed.
How can players level up and get that win in NBA 2K25?
Well, 2K25 this year is all about personalization and customization and accessibility. So whether you want to take on some of the new stuff we talked about, the advanced rhythm shooting mechanic, or if you're less familiar with 2K, there's a new feature called Learn 2K off the main menu, where you can jump in, and whether you're a novice at the game or you've been playing for years, there's something for you to learn. There's a basic tutorial, advanced...
Hold up right there. So this, just in general, man, this whole Learn 2K, because the other thing, I mean, it was cool, whatever, but this is what we've needed. For those that need to learn 2K, you got a beginning tutorial, advanced tutorial. That's awesome. But not only that, you got freaking mini games, you got the freestyle, you got the practice plays, scrimmage. But let's see.
Or you've been playing for years.
You got film room. Improve your skill set by watching videos on how to perform each move and study tips. Oh, okay. So it's just videos to... Okay. I thought it was like something totally different, but we'll have to see what's in that menu. Maybe they actually kind of break down more things or something like that, like defensive things and offensive things. Who knows? But we even got mini games. I don't know what kind of... It didn't say any mini games, but what kind.
Advanced tutorials, controller mappings. There's mini games and drills and all kinds of like just different ways to practice.
Oh, we know those mini games.
Plays, everything. So if you want to learn the game and get better at 2K, it's the first place you should go.
Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us today and talking through...
So we've seen those mini games before. That was in the practice games and stuff like that. This is nice little gameplay footage right here. We got Drew Holiday. One thing I did want to point out, and people were just kind of laughing at me for it, and I don't really understand why. Like, it was just something that I enjoyed, and I thought it was cool.
Learn plays, everything. But
right here, when you're watching Drew Holiday, just watch his hair. I know it's, like I said, I'm a guy for details or whatever, but if you watch how his hair moves, they got some pretty cool hair physics. I don't know. Just little details like that. I like it. I appreciate it. Anyone watching from 2K watching this and stuff like that, I appreciate it. I see you. I like those physics right there. Y'all on Twitter can laugh at me. I don't care. But it's something that I enjoy.
So if you want to learn the game and get better at 2K, it's the first place you should go.
Thank you.
See, now just from that little clip though, of just doing a quick little pick and roll, like, obviously it kind of looked the same gameplay wise in a way, but it looked more smooth. It looked a little bit slower, but in a good way. Like, it looks like it's basketball pace, I guess, if that makes any sense, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's not bad. I'm not gonna complain about it honestly right now. I mean, it looks decent. 2K is one of those you have to play hands-on to really understand and feel how the game feels though. So let's go over to Twitter right now and see what else Mr. Baluba has revealed on Twitter. So, question, are free throws, how are free throws, how have they changed? They've been retuned based on feedback from 2K24. Yeah, but the free throw rating plays a bigger role in the calculation to prevent low-rated free throw players from being overly effective. That's something we definitely always saw. It's like, this guy has a terrible rating, but yet, you know, you could drain 2 with ease, you know what I mean? So I didn't really see it as a problem, but I understand if it's a low player, you know. Our instant green animations back. There's a new shot feedback option called Simple in the HUD, and this will display your timing feedback once you release your shot. If you want the full feedback, which includes defensive coverage, we've seen that before. Full feedback is delayed, just like it was in 2K24, so it's not instant, which is good. Is the court player model ratio different? Now, this is something that has been kind of going around the internet, well, Twitter and stuff like that. So they did adjust the player to court ratio in 2K25 to give players more room to operate, improve the flow of the game for certain cuts that, you know, they would always get jammed before. The AI's spacing engine also got a huge upgrade compared to just a few static locations last year. There are now over 20 dynamic adjustment locations constantly going through the AI for spacing information. Okay, this helps AI teammates properly give space and give isolate to work around, or 2-man game or whatever. So okay, even on defense, so that's good. That's something I was kind of like wondering about in my last video, because if you go to the blog, they actually talk about AI being a part of the gameplay, and there's a little bit of the answer on how it kind of is implemented, so that's nice. How are shot meters changed in 2K25? So, okay, there's 3 options. We got the arrow, a ring, and a dial. Rather than freezing when you release the shot button, all the meters animate from the beginning to the end, in sync with ideal time to release. Think of it more of a timeline of the shot animation rather than traditional meters. So, he says it'll make more sense when you try it, but basically it just means like, so this arrow is just gonna constantly move, and basically there's gonna be like a bar where you need to release for your release, kind of like to time it, but it's not gonna stop there. The animation's still gonna go all the way through. It's just you timing to hit that certain little spot. Like I said, it's hard to describe it, but it's something you gotta see, which we did see in the video. If you did, if not, you know, rewind back a little bit, check it out. We already looked at the instant green shots, passing mechanics of the game. Yes, someone who likes to pass, which is me. Let's see, there are a number of improvements to the passing overall. The most noticeable is the lob pass. Oh, thank God. So really great for advanced passing, leading a receiver to the basket or over a trailing defender. Control-wise, bounce alley-oops are now triggered contextually, and self-alleys have been moved to A and B, or cross and circle. Okay, so that was a big problem in last year's game, was freaking, you would try to lob it, you know, overhead, and you'd always almost every time turn it over because it was just so slow and ridiculous, and there wasn't any intelligence to it. So that'll be nice. Let's see, any changes to the layup dunk timing this year? Layup timing is optional and disabled by default, but I recommend turn it on if you want to gain advantage as a slasher, which is always the case. Just like shots, there are separate layup timing profiles. Oh, real player option, low, normal, and high. Oh, okay. So yeah, we haven't talked about this yet, but there's, for the timing of your shot, you can do real player percentage, which will not be available for online, but you can do, what it is low risk reward, normal risk reward, and high risk reward. So basically the low gives it gives in terms of, you know, the way you release and being perfect or you know, slightly off or whatever, has more give to that, right? But you also don't I think they said like you don't green it as much, right? Whereas the high risk, if you're slightly off, they're going to be very dramatic on that, like, oh, you didn't hit it, so you're not going to make it. Basically, the high risk is green or nothing, essentially. So I'm not sure what Park is going to be like, or any online gameplay, if it's just completely custom to whatever you want, or if it's going to be just normal for everybody, basically. But we'll see how that plays out, to be honest, because you could have the high risk, you know, green or not, and then not have the shot meter on, and you get another little boost. And if you can really master that, I mean, you'll be unstoppable. Dunk timing is always on for skill dunks, but you can still dunk without using that particular mechanic. The dunk meter logic has also been improved. So instead of the window size being determined at the start of the dunk, it dynamically adjusts throughout the entire dunk. Oh, I'm not sure how good that's gonna go. We'll see how that goes. I got things are playing in my head, and I'm just like, okay. So the rhythm shooting. There are two main factors to consider: push timing and tempo. Push timing is the point you start to move the pro stick, which you'll want to do the moment your player reaches a set point on the shot. Tempo is the speed at which you move the pro stick to the opposite side of your original stick throw. The goal is to finish the stick deflection to the opposite side exactly to when the ball releases from the fingertips. Okay. Generally, this is going to feel a little slower rhythmic than other double throw mechanics. Yeah, especially with more deliberate shooters like Jokic or Anderson. My best advice is go into freestyle, practice it. Oh, okay. God dang, man. I don't know. That's going to be weird. Because everybody has their shot, right? Like, you have people like Kevin Martin that, you know, he goes up and he's got a fast release. So it's like you're gonna have to be holding the controller, go down and forward, down, forward. But then you got, I can't think of an example right now, but let's say freaking Larry Bird, bro. Like, the release on, he said it right here, man. Like, you gotta follow the flow of his hand, like literally. So if they have a slow flick, like, you're gonna be holding it, and then it's gonna go like, I'm not gonna sit there and move my thumbstick like super slow forward, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. So like you said, 9,000 animations, mostly jump shots and stuff. 1,478 are pro play layups packages for those players. Fantastic. I mean, nothing really too deep to get into that. A lot of new dribble styles from 25 to 37 now. That's cool. Lots of pro play data, pushing that more. That guy KD's got a new jump shot. Cutoff defense. Our right stick steal's gone now. You can still do the right stick steals by releasing that, but with the trigger held, you'll get the cutoff moves. Okay. 500 new pro play dunks. That's cool. More than they typically do, you know. Oh my god, did it just, I think it just updated. Holy crap. Okay. I lost my spot. There it is. Dribble moves feel more fluid. Dribble heads are gonna have to go into the lab in. There's more moves and combos, branching off and canceling and doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a dribble head, so if you're a dribble god watching this, man, you can read that. I honestly, I don't care. It's just not my style, dog. It's just not me. I'm not no sham god, bro. Let's see. The net on the goal has a different animation after a swish. Ah, see, little details. Okay, if you watched my last video, I was talking about that. I was like, the net looks a little different and kind of moves a little different. I thought I was just crazy though, but okay. Dunking sound animations. Let's see. We still have the same sound effects for a while. I actually hit up our audio team about the squeaky rim and they removed it. And hopefully they updated it, but he's not 100% sure. Okay, so that's something. 9,000 animations, yes. Okay, if you want more details on how many animations, like precisely, there you go. Scoops, quick scoops have gotten a small nerf. Okay, not too bad. Jab step, standing meter dunk. You can no longer perform jab steps when standing near the basket. You'll get pump fakes. Okay, that's nice. What is the default shot timing profile? Difficulty based. Okay, so there's another option for difficulty based, which automatically maps rookie through pro to low. Oh, okay, all-star and superstar to normal and Hall of Fame to high. Okay, so that's not bad. That's, instead of changing it to whatever you want, you can just go based off whatever difficulty. So that's kind of nice. Sam Hauser got his jumper fixed. Cameron Thomas got a fix. All right. Will Whistle be in? Okay, I don't know about that one. Don't know. But let me try to find another thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. All right, guys, here's the image I wanted to find. And it's a comparison between 2K24 and 2K25, right? And they already said, we already saw from Mike Wing, he said the ratio between the player and the court size and stuff has been adjusted to make more room. So there's 2K24 and 2K25. The first thing that I noticed for myself, like obviously the player model is a little bit smaller, and it looks like I kind of have to like lean back a little bit to kind of like look at it, but like the logo on the court looks, I want to say bigger, I think. it looks so similar, but you can definitely tell like the player models are a bit smaller, you know what I mean, and then the courts are a little bit bigger. So I don't know, when you compare them, it almost looks like there's no difference, but you can tell there's a difference. It's weird, but it's just the ratios. So, okay, well, if the player models got smaller, that means the crowd had to get smaller, right? I can't tell. Anyways, you guys can just like stare at that a whole ton and try to see the difference or whatever, you know, like some of these comments, they say I see no difference or whatever, but it's crazy. That was like the last thing I wanted to show you guys. So that was the whole deep down details for NBA 2K25 and the gameplay stuff. So what do you think about what Mike Wing talked about? Do you think it's a big difference that's gonna make you want to buy this game, or what? Do you think it's a major difference, a buying factor, or are you still unsure? If you're like me, I'm just stating this in my videos too. This is gonna be the first year I do not buy NBA 2K, and I've been playing since 2K6, and this will be the first year I do not buy it. Like I said, it looks like some decent improvements, but until 2K actually, you know, reverses their terms of service and actually get rid of the predatory practices that they have on my team and everything, I can't do it anymore. It's ridiculous. They don't want you to hold them accountable for anything that they do within the game. They could literally take all your VC or anything away, and you can't hold them accountable. So that's my personal opinion. I'm not going to be buying NBA 2K25, but will you be buying NBA 2K25? Next up, oh, I did want to show you guys one more thing. Hopefully you guys are still here on the video. Right here. This is exactly what I want to show, was the roadmap. Okay, guys, so August 1st, obviously this is when all the gameplay came out and everything like that. But, well, it says week of August 5th, so that's going to be next week. And they're going, more likely it's probably going to be Monday or whatever, but they're going to be covering my player and my career. So we'll get a deep dive on that, get the whole blog going. I'll be getting some of those videos out, talking about it, whatever. Then we got my NBA and the W, August 12th. We got August 19th, my team. The city is back, of course. August 26th. Then Season 1, 2K Beats. September 2nd, early tip-off, September 4th, and September 6th, way early this year, and NBA 2K25 will be launching. So we are just under, or just over a month away. So interesting enough, guys. Like I said, will you be buying 2K25? Even though things are got some hope, I'm tired of the hope every single year and getting crushed. So I will not be buying, but I'll keep you guys in the loop and give you my opinions straight up. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.